Hello friends, my name is Miss Caitlin and I'm the Children's Librarian here at the Fairborn Community Library. I wanted to remind the grown-ups that if you haven't signed your children up for the Summer Reading Club, it isn't too late. You can find out more information on our website at greenelibrary.info. Today I wanted to share a few crafts with you using a common household item, coffee filters. We're going to create three different crafts. We're going to create a coffee filter flower, a coffee filter butterfly, and a coffee filter ballerina. Aren't those cute? To create the following crafts, you're going to need these items: coffee filters, some markers, a spray bottle with water or a water dropper, scissors, one rubber band, a clothespin, some googly eyes, and glue. So let's get started. We're going to first start our coffee filter flower. I feel like this one's kind of the easier of the three. And we're going to start each craft in the same different way. We're going to decorate our coffee filters first. The ballerina and the butterfly both take 2 coffee filters. And what I did was I just layered 2 coffee filters together. And what is going to happen when you color on one and you spray it, the color is going to go on the second coffee filter. So it's going to have the same kind of pattern. I chose to do the same pattern. If you want to choose to do different patterns or different colors, you are more than welcome to. This is your craft. So I just did big circles of red and pink and orange and yellow for my ballerina. For my butterfly, I did stripes of blue and purple and green and gray. And then for the flower, I did something kind of different, but it really didn't turn out that special. I folded it into fourths. So I folded it twice. And then I colored this middle section yellow and then some red and some pink up here. But it just kind of turned out pink. So let's start with our flower. Once you color it with washable markers, permanent markers aren't going to blend and bleed the way we need them to. So you want to make sure that you have washable markers. You're going to color your coffee filter, make sure there isn't any white space, kind of like how I did on my butterfly coffee filter here, because the colors won't be as bright if you don't use enough. So color your coffee filter, and then we're going to spray it with water. And then you can just watch the colors bleed. You see how that's turning colors? And the color is going to bleed through all those layers of the coffee filter, and it's going to create a really pretty pattern. So we're going to set that aside to dry. I have one here that I've already let dry, and this is the way it turned out for that one. So what we're going to do with our flower is you're going to need your coffee filter and just one pipe cleaner. You're going to fold your coffee filter in half until you have a very small triangle. So that's 3, and here's 4 folds. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut the end off here, and I'm going to make it more round. I'm going to round it off there. And then I'm going to take the tip there and I'm going to cut that off, and that's going to make a really tiny hole. And then we'll open it back up. You can see how cutting the edge there made these really nice little scallops. There, our hole is in the middle. So then we're going to take our coffee filter and we're going to cut from the edge to the center here. And then we are going to roll it And just kind of roll it. Keep going. The looser you roll it, the bigger your petals are going to be. And then you're going to pinch the end here, kind of gather it together and pinch it. And you're going to take your coffee filter or your pipe cleaner, and you're going to start here at the end. And you're going to wrap it around the coffee filter to kind of create a stem. And then you can fluff out the petals here to make it a little bit more realistic. And there you go. I just did, well, 2 flowers now, but if you created a whole bunch of flowers, you can make a really pretty bouquet. There they are. And coffee filter flowers, that's it. So let's do our butterfly next. This one's a little trickier. So here I have my stripes, and I'm going to spray it with water. You can watch the colors. And turning colors, bleeding together, making a really cool pattern with all that blue. And then we're going to set that aside to dry. So here are 2 that have already dried. And so for this butterfly craft here, you're going to need your 2 coffee filters. You're going to need another pipe cleaner. You're going to need your clothespin, your googly eyes. We got itty bitty little googly eyes there. And your glue. So we'll start out by folding our coffee filter, kind of like an accordion. We're going to fold it back and forth. So I'm going to fold it one way, and then I'm going to fold it the other way, back and forth. I'll use on the table because it's a little easier. All the way until you get to the end, and then you have a coffee filter that's folded like this, and it's got little creases here on both sides. And you're going to do the same thing with your other coffee filter. Fold it one way, and then the other. Okay. So once you've done that, you're going to put a little bit of glue on both sides here. Not too much, just a little bit. And then you're going to slide that in to your clothespin. And kind of crunch that down. And we're going to do the same exact thing with our second piece. A little bit of glue on both sides. And then we're going to slide it in. We already have these clothespins that were already colored here, but if you have just plain clothespins, you can use markers or paint to give it a little bit of color if you'd like. So then once they're snug in there, then we can unfold these sections, and these are going to be our wings of our butterfly. It might take a little bit of maneuvering to get them to open. You can kind of play with them, make them look however you'd like. Just fluff them out a little bit. And then we're going to add our googly eyes. A little bit of glue. And then our antenna here, I'm just going to wrap it around the back piece here one way, and this is going to be our antenna. Oops, I just had I lost an eyeball. And then you can wrap the antenna around the other way. And then if you wrap around your finger, you can make it kind of curly. This is a little goofy looking, but there's our butterfly. Last is our dancer, and this is the trickier of the three, but it's totally doable. So here's our ballerina dancer. You're going to need your 2 coffee filters. You're going to need 2 pipe cleaners and 1 rubber band. So here is my design. I just did colors. I did circles of colors, and then we're going to spray it. And the pinks and the oranges and the yellows are going to run together and create a really nice pattern there. So here are the 2 pieces that I've already let dry. And what you're going to do is you're going to put them both together and fold them in half, just like we did with the flower, about 4 times. And then just with the flower, you're going to cut the end off here to make a hole in the middle. And then you're going to unfold them. And then separate the 2. So you have 2 coffee filters here, both for each hole. Set one aside, and then the other one is going to be the top of your dress. And we're going to make 2 cuts on either side of the hole here. And these are going to be the armholes of your dress. And then we'll set that aside. Now we're going to make our body for our dancer, and you're going to need 2 pipe cleaners. You're going to loop 1 in half here. And this is going to be the loop here on the top of here is going to be her head, and these are going to be her legs. The other pipe cleaner is going to go around the top of this loop here, and these are going to be her arms, but they're kind of crazy long now, so we're going to wrap one way. Just got normal arms here, and then the other way. And that's going to be her body. So you'll take the part that has the 2 cuts, the hole in the middle and the 2 cuts here. You're going to lift her arms up, and we're going to put her dress on. So her head is going to go through the middle, and her arms are going to go through the armholes. Carefully, carefully, so you don't rip her dress. There we go. You can just kind of cinch it together there at the waist. And there's the top of her dress. Now she needs a skirt. We're going to take the second piece that has a hole in the middle, and we're going to thread her feet through the bottom there. slide her skirt up there to meet with her dress. And then we're going to cinch it together. And now she needs her belt, which is going to be the rubber band. So here are my rubber bands. I'm going to double it over so it's not quite so big. Put it over her arms and her head. And then wrap it around. Probably like 3 or 4 times. I think 3 times was just enough. And then you can shape her arms and her head and give her little feet. And there you go. There's your ballerina. Thank you so much for joining me and making these coffee filter crafts. I hope you had fun. Thanks. Bye.